Alright, we are back once again with Miles' Edgeworth Investigations. So, last time we figured out Sheena and exposed her as close to you and one part of 3 Yatagarasus, which was also Burn Faraday and Tyrell Bad, which was interesting. And Bad retired and got promptly arrested by Gumshoe because, yeah, he was the Yatagarasu, so of course he got arrested. It's kind of unfortunate though, like you're finally retired and getting arrested seconds later. That's, yeah. So now we are on to the final parts of the case, the 2 end parts, I believe they are. Honestly, I hope I can finish this tonight. My hope is that I can finish this tonight, and then next week I will start the second game, which is Prosecutor's Gambit. If I don't finish this tonight, I will go ahead and finish it tomorrow. Thank you for the follow, Alexa. So let's go ahead and jump right back in. If I do finish the case, I will take a moment afterwards to check out the gallery, because by that point I will have everything needed. There's also still the achievement I got watch out for with Edgeworth and Lang involving the Primordial statue, because I haven't seen an opportunity for that yet, because I have to examine both the shield and the sword, apparently, for that achievement. I haven't found it yet. I'm pretty sure, I think we're going to go back to the Alabast office for another investigation round in this last part, so I should be able to get the achievement then, I think. So these are the last 2 parts. Now the videotape's testimony. We're getting testimony from a videotape? Anyways. My mouse out of there. March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. It is now past midnight. We've been here since 5 o'clock in game. It's been 7 hours. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet, there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. Like how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. The 2 countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. What kind of strict procedures? Kay was waltzed right on through in Babal. Like when the case first started, she just ran on through. The guy didn't say anything. Just like, welcome, ma'am. Short of a minute ago, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in. Smuggling them in, huh? Well, we are dealing with a smuggling ring, so of course they'd be able to smuggle them in. We'll need to open a new line of investigation on this just this aspect alone. But before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Oh, cool. We're just discarding old evidence again because we do not need that. Good. That's gonna help with organization a bit. Oh, hang on. Let me actually. Can I see what evidence I have now? Then what's left? Okay, so what's left is the prosecutor's badge. The embassy guide is still here. The Brabal's Primordial statue. Notes on Kojin's bodies here. Yatagara's key. The alabaster knife. Kodophin paper document. The counterfeit bills. The Master Second's note. Alabaster Primordial statue. Passion flowers. Samurai spear. Samurai dogs. Pick. Fountain spouts. Photo of Yatagarasu. And then fires of a ball. Wire. Revolving fireplace wall. Hair sticks. Videotape and trump card. Can I take a look at the trump card? Right, that's what that is. So that's all I have left then. And I haven't really looked at profiles at all. Now I think about it, it's like I'm curious to see what we got. He doesn't even dignify putting your actual name at the top, even though he says it. Anyways, yep. So that's about all we got. Hello. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us. This piece of evidence from the KG-8 incident, hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. Sure thing, sir. Oh, I got jammed. Give me a second. There we go. This man, it's Manny Kochin, and he's holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance from the apartment building. Good. The apartment building.
How do you figure that? Unlike you, I actually read the summary file on the KT-8 incident, and the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot to the entrance of the victim's own apartment building.
At the trial, Mr. Ferrier claimed that this piece of footage existed.
However, no one can find it. No one can find it.
Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it from Mr. Ernest Almano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece. Why did someone want to hide it? But the piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now.
The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where?
The trump card that was in his hand, obviously. Wait, what was that? The bit you played just now. Please show it to me again. Okay. Oh. This car. This is something we cannot overlook. Why is that, sir? Look here, Detective Gumshoe. Would it be the figure in the car, or would it be this right here? Either or, I think, works out, but... Oh no, that's Coach himself in the car, so actually this would be it.
Take that!
This is the national flag of the Principality of Godopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves, what was a government car doing there? Oh, he's back. The brick wall I'm worrying about later. Ah, Miss McCormick, Mr. Edgeworth. So you're here all this time.
Ambassador Alba.
Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, given this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would never have happened. I'm truly sorry. This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot, Kirkus! You couldn't chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that? No. We're at a critical moment here. We can't really do that. Excuse me? I heard you apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we were in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. They're scaring the visitors away. So I hope that you can understand how What visitors? It's midnight. There's no one left here. We are literally the only people in this entire embassy at this point. We must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues. Why really the rest of the Owl Bastion and Bob Lee's police?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Parma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. Without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
But that's true, however...
As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be all of Bastion's soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in their land.
Is this really where our investigation ends?
Who called to hold it? Oh, Lang's back! Wait, was he like in... Wait, what do you mean? Did he like not come in from the entrance or something? Okay. Shiva, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Shiva, this way! Yo! I'm back! I may have gotten shot in the leg earlier, but I'm back! How's your leg? No, back on the scene rather quickly. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose a scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case, no matter what. Well, I'm sorry to inform you. I don't think that's wrong, White. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable.
How can I stall?
That's where your investigation will really come to a close.
Not so fast. I'm here to stall. Ambassador Albert, I get it now. I really do.
Oh, I'm glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder. You... No? Killer? Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Yeah, wolves don't lie. The game's been fine. Case 3 was a bit of a letdown in some places. This case so far is running a bit long. Longer than I know the case. I know it's a long case. I was expecting that. But I am dreading these last parts because I know we have a brick wall of a boss at the end, and I have a feeling I know who the boss is, and I know how that is a low point for the series. So, who is it? Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Gochen's murder. That was all Sheena. Lang Z says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. So I have a feeling so he specified that Matt Gochen's murder was all Sheena, so I have a feeling he's stalling for time here with this accusation. Wait, what is on? I mean, of course, man. Well, that's because that's because in order to actually get clear sound, my mouth is pretty close to my microphone here. I can do this myself, though. Hang on. No, I'm also in a pretty close space, so there's a bit of an echo. That's just what my room's like. Anyways. The truth is unexpectedly simple. Oh. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was the Master Second's killer? Well, I'm not the only one here, so I'm trying to be considerate of the other people. Who was the Master Second's killer? Yeah, I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisco von Kern. What? Of all the people to accuse. I was the killer. See, she is. Hey, wait, but that's impossible. Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite. That's not helping your case, Gumshoe. Hold your tongue in that ludicrous remark you're about to make. Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? Yeah, I am. He doesn't appear to be joking. It's this. I remember just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right? Yeah, he did. But what does that have to do with anything? I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabast and Babal. Did you know that? Did you not? And where is your evidence that I am the killer? I'm getting to that. Patience. I was just getting to that, of course. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? Things as they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Good, then let's move out. Oh, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. As if I wouldn't have any reason to flee. But just so we're clear, your logic is fit to be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation. She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her. I expected that you accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck in the air like that. Here. Hold it! Hold it! Agent Lang, as someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess. She's gonna remember that, Edgeworth. Guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery. Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. I still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet.
If you look at then you gotta let me in too, pal. I can't sit around doing nothing when Miss Falcone's in trouble.
Hey, Kelly, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. Oh yeah, I'm fired up and ready to go.
As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is going to get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride.
Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance.
I'll have the whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. All together. The whole team is here. 12:53 a.m. Wow, we're really going to the morning hours with this case. Okay, now let's go over the facts one more time. Andy Gojan's body was found over in the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. And then the body of Damas II, Mr. Kishino, was found here in the Alabastan ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Browner statue, and that this is actually Babal's statue. In this case, no matter how I look at it,
If it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could pull this off.
Objection!
Agent Plain, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
of course I do, sis, and I'm serious. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find.
Were you on the trail of the smuggling ring as well?
And so while people were distracted by the Yatagara's disappearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
Objection!
Even if that's not true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons? Don't worry. I plan to show you that you're the culprit behind that too. We had permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could easily have taken the weapons across country. Hey now! Oh, he caught the whip! that is so rare. Look, sis, I thought I already told you. I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring. He is right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, that connection between this case and the ring, could it not be deeper than what any of us can imagine?
Ugh. Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Francisca, you need to calm down, because you only know the facts of the Alabastan side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it. What? But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well. Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damas II. You don't understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? It isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang. You can't figure out how the murder of Damas II was related to the smuggling ring. And then it would mean the end of our investigation. As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. Come on then, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started. Yes, let's. Oh, we're going right into this, huh? I'm not getting a chance to check the statue, no! One of Alabast's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Kochin. And the murder weapon, the killing of Damas II, is Babal's Prounder statue. Somehow, these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisco will remain a suspect. You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. So why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss. Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. But what are you talking about? By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Z never said anything to that effect. You prosecutor. Who do you think you are, speaking about Lang Z's proverbs like that? I don't need its proverbs, because my words are all you will need to see the truth. Okay, so I'm not entirely... Lang's gonna be... Okay, I might press his statements first, see if we get anything out of them, and then I'll go about presenting something. I concur this knife crossed over country lines. Good, but that's not the only thing I did. You must have forget about the other weapon. The knife was the only one. Hold it. This might be where the Yagarasu picture comes in, I think. So you're saying that the Primado statue was also brought over by Francisca. Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense. And how exactly did she bring it over? I haven't figured it out yet, buddy. That's a rather weak statement, considering how sure you are. Maybe, but there's one thing I do know for sure. Impenetrable? I should hardly think so. You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? No one in the world could cross over that. Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire. And you certainly insisted you would try, though. The only way to enter either embassy is through the doors in the Theatrum Neutralis. So the only way for the knife and the Primata statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera equipped well-guarded doors. The one to traverse the two countries just before and after the crime was you. Hold it. Was Francisca really the only person to have traveled between the two countries? According to the guards at both doors, she's the only one to go back and forth. The sis there was in Alabas when the Yatagrasu showed. And then just before you guys found Mr. Koja's body, she entered Babal. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Babal. And how do you explain the Primado statue? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Like, this is very weak. However, the fact that the two weapons crossed the border proves that the killer must have also traveled across the country lines. The only things to cross the border: the Primado statue and the knife. I should hardly think that those are the only two items Agent Lang. Okay, so his thing is that these only two objects, but there's a third. But Edgeworth insisting there's a third object that got through. So what would be the third object that got through? Oh wait, that's right. Edgeworth says there was dirt in them, hair sticks, and then the passion flowers. I believe these come together. And those are tipped, and those are looked pretty well tipped at the end. Alternatively, I could just show this, and then again, that's... It does go over there, but we don't know what it is, so that probably wouldn't work. I just realized my health bar is actually a little low there. I'm gonna try the hair sticks. Nope. That was wrong. This wasn't the piece I was looking for after all. Dang, you know what? I'm gonna... Okay, so I'm down to half. I'm down to half, so I'm just gonna do a little thing there. So I don't have to worry about that. Anyways. Would I present this here? Objection! Nope, that's also wrong. Dang, okay. I need to think about this. I believe it's either the third or fourth statements I have to present on. Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that? I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. Okay, I'm gonna take the moment to reset my health real quick because I don't want to I don't want to go into. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to refill my health. I don't want to go in with like one health bar left because that'd be bad. Be very bad. I don't want to repeat. I don't want to repeat case 3. Some of these two objects were able to penetrate two countries in potential security. The one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. I can't present a person now. That's incorrect.
Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. Oh! The pick. Like, didn't this get... Wasn't this found... Well, actually... No, wait, no, this was found in the ball, actually, so that... And... Yeah, I don't think that would work. Though it does look like it's on one of the knives things. I don't think we're supposed to make that connection yet, so that's probably not gonna be... That's probably not it. Oh, would it be the note? Well, no. Would it? No, I don't think so. Well then, actually wait, so... Didn't the ball statue have to get there somewhere? Objection! There we go, okay. Third time's the charm. Agent Ling, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Oh. The Master II was killed in Babal's Primordial statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alabast's Primordial statue go? To Babal. Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies. Yeah, I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alabast and Babal is her. Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Objection! Is that really so, Agent Lang? What a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the girl said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily. But suppose there was some other way. Other than through the theater doors. What other way? Another entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I point it out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility. This is where the photo comes in. Looks like you got some clever idea in mind. I do. I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence. Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route. This piece of evidence will show us another way that moves between the two countries. Photo! Take that! Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo. Yeah, that supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well. And don't start claiming that Sheena somehow grew wings either. I wouldn't dream of claiming that. The last time we dealt with someone flying, it was because of butts. It was completely wrong. And I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor. Ugh. How can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well, you will have your explanation. Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trail shadow is... So this would be me presenting a piece of evidence instead of... Wait, was it actually the statue? That'd be very funny. Be very funny, actually, if it was the statue. Okay, let me double check this. So this is something going into Alabast. So if it's going into Alabast, then it'd probably be this thing. Take that! Yes! Oh my god. The statue got sent over. Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primordial statue replica. You can't be serious! The other Garasu, rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside Babal. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Mr. Prosecutor!
You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation. I know I did. She launched it through the air?
And how exactly did she do that?
He is literally bearing his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier? Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right? So just before the murder, Francisco was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. In order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma. Oh, what are you up to now, pretty boy? Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer. Yeah, I guess I did say something like that. In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is.
Ha! Do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth? How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there is absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too.
I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time. Which is why I would like to hear about from you.
Yeah.
Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information. Which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Alright. So, what would you like me to talk about? I'd like you to please testify about your movements up until you came into this room. Alright, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time,
I'll play someone as fast as you can handle. No!
As you wish. As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastan Embassy. After I saw the steel samurai off on his way towards the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back to Ambassador Alba to his office. Francisco, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct? Yes, of course. I see. For now, the only way that I can see for us to break out of the situation is to ask Francisco about testimony in more detail. So, it's asking me to press. Okay. Press those statements. Got it. 4 statements to press. Let's see what we get. First one. I thought your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling ring. Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatagarasu had sent a calling card to the embassy, Ambassador Alba called upon us to protect the embassy instead. That incident 7 years ago. Well, have you forgotten about what happened here back then? Ugh. Anything related to that case we were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not as long as the one I can really forget myself. Did though. You remember that case after all? Of course I do. I inspected every location, every possible escape route, and every aspect of the place's security detail. I did all that. And after that, Hold it. So you were at the theater as well? Yes, and I suppose you were also there as well, watching that stage show? Well, yes. San Francisco was there. And after the show was over, I saw the Steel Samurai off. That's it. Nothing for that one. Cool. Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech? For security's sake, of course. What other reason could I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. And in the end, the Yatagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden, even if it did turn out to be nothing more than a shadow. Ah, who would have thought that she would use a shadow? Ah, calm down, Francisca. She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself. Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were there. The speech was set to start soon afterward. Until the preparation went in place, so it's called back. This has to be the one we get something in, right? At that time, the Master Second's body yet to be found in this room. Is that correct? That's right. But about that Alba is here. One can hardly miss his rather large presence. The criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying? Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you. Seriously? Like I keep telling you, when I had arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. She was standing by the flower box in the windowsill, watering his plants. I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office. Alright then. Add that statement to your testimony, and let's hear some details. So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time, was he? But that wouldn't be possible, would it? Because well, actually, maybe, I don't know. Oh, we don't have the photo. Oh, wait, that photo's not evidence. The photo's back there, though. I'll, press this one, then. For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How would you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill? What do you mean by that? The entrance to this room is on this side, wherever the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you enter the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct? I suppose it was a bit hard to see around him, but fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. It's also natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right? I suppose. After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He obtained them himself, and was growing them with the utmost care, you know. Yes, the plants in this room are all like my children. The passion flowers in the flower box on the windowsill are growing beautifully, too. All four of them are in full bloom. Oh! There it is. There it is. There's only two. Two are missing. This one, comment. What did you say just now? I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand? Do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony. Very well. Okay, Francisco. Took a bit, but here we go. We've broken that stalemate, Francisco. For some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. It does appear that way.
Ha! I knew it! I knew I couldn't trust your words, sis. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing discrediting Miss Montgomery like this?
Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir.
Yeah. All I've done is state what I saw. I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important to at this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One I find hard to dismiss as relevant.
Ha! Let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy, as especially the moment it said dirt was on them. These are probably the plant sticks that Kay found from the other passion flowers, I guess. So that's probably where these come from, and I guess they ended up in ball somehow. So I guess we'll find out. Anyways,
they're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. So I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. Alright, let's see what we have here. I won't retrospect every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Let me check the watering pot first. This watering can has a rather robust design.
Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we can clearly see for ourselves? Plus, to keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Montgomery's gonna get arrested.
Yeah, better than something else. The game tells you that's not what you should be checking. This patch of soil looks as though it has had something removed from it. Hey, what are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why'd you clam up all of a sudden? I'm still here waiting for an explanation, you know. Did you know, Edgeworth? Flowers are best appreciated in silence. Yeah. Looks like two things were pulled out of this flower box. Name of these flowers. I believe they're called passion flowers. Of course, we know that. Despite being called flowers, they are actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well, and are well supported by these plant supports. Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there's only two here for me. You realize, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you. Yeah. Miles Edgeworth, hurry up and shut this man up for me already. I suppose I'm willing to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I? Show evidence. I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require. Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight, but I highly doubt it lasts until the end. How like a wolf, Asian Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you've seen the evidence. The truth of the passion flowers revealed can be seen in this piece of evidence. The sticks, right?
Take that!
Sheena, yep. Sheena, who was supposedly in Babal the entire time, had these hair sticks on her. They look exactly like the plant supported in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers. Ha! And so what? Is this really all that important to the case? Probably, yeah. Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. What? No way! 4 items? 5 items daily because there's 2 of them? Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Babal the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled in somehow, just like the knife in the statue. Yeah, very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Babal. How did these support sticks find the way to Babal, and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Ha! So that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape. Huh. It's just another stick, isn't it? And so it is. But it has this shape, but the shape of the support sticks is what is important. For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. And the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is... Let me think about this. So, there's sticks. And, let me mind. Oh, they have pointed at... Oh, wait, they have pointed ends. So, oh, I get what he's saying. So, he's saying they're like arrows. That means the crossbow, right? That's... Oh. Yeah, okay, so I was right. That's crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting... I am. These hair sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. I've done it! I found the common thread that connects these 2 offices. But this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all these things together. It looks like he's caught on. Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all. Oh, here we go. Border crossing, part 2. The Babal statue was draped but Niagara's clothes and then shot over here. Even if you fire the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far if a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Parameter statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you? The Parameter statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't. Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact. It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation. What? You need to free your mind a bit more, and let it fly like a bird on the wind. The Parameter statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. Wait, what is he implying? Oh no, This is gonna be another presenting thing, is it? Ugh. Oh, didn't mean to hit that one. Mr. Edgeworth, I think I understand what sailing with the air. I suppose that's because you're an expert at things that fly through the air. What'd you expect from the second you had a grass suit? Indeed. Show Agent Lang what really went soaring through the air tonight. Okay, wait, so that's what I present to. And then it's clear, they're making it clear what went for the air, so I gotta look at. So let me think. What would this look like then? This wouldn't be the mask. No, would it? Would it? No, I don't think so. That would that be it? I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense to me with the shadow, but at the same time. Okay, just in case, because I'm not sure on this. I'm not sure on this at all. So we're gonna do that before I try anything. So would it be? I guess we'll find out. Nope, not that. Not the note. That was wrong. That was woefully wrong. Okay. So it's clear we have to present something. So I'm trying to think. What would it be? I don't think it would be the bills, cause yeah, I don't think it was these. Probably wasn't this either. I don't understand. What would have helped? I don't understand. What would have helped us soar for the air? Wait a second. We didn't discard the wire yet. That means it's still important somehow. Wait, could it have been wired across? Is that possible? If it was wired across, then that means Sheena must have received them and then hid the wire after she got it into the grandfather clock. If that's the case, then... Oh, that wasn't right. Oh, I thought I had something there. I know the wire is still important, at least, because it's still here. Am I just, like... Am I even presenting to the right statement? I think I am, but at the same time... Huh. I don't really know. Oh man, this might take me a bit. So what would have helped them go for the air? Let's think about this. So we have... So if something would have helped them go for the air. So wouldn't be the statues, wouldn't be that. No. So is it implying that something else went for the air that wasn't the statues? Is that what they're implying? Hang on.
Hold it.
See if I can get a hint. But we are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct? But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Miss Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing. No, that's not necessarily true. What? What I need right now is not for the discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions. The sheer wanting to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves. Rather, something that a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues. The wire, right? Oh. Just press this button to append a statement. We won't tell you to do that, though. Now the wire comes in. There we go. Had the right idea, just didn't have the statement yet. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow. I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're saying that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Coach's office. all the way from the 5th floor of the Albashan Embassy, down to the 3rd floor of the Bobbly's Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabas's Brown's statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then, Babal's Brown's statue. The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal. Going the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Bobbly's Embassy up to the 5th floor in the Albashan Embassy. How do you explain that? Ha! I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick work. Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head. Motion? What motion? This is the motion that was employed to smuggle the Babal's Parameter statue. Bungee action? That'd be very funny, actually. Bungee action. Wee! Nah, it probably was swinging motion, though. Or not. That's where it's swinging right into the building's wall! Ah! He doesn't want me there. Dang, okay, that was wrong. I was thinking, just bungee action sounds too ridiculous to be the truth, but I guess it would be the answer in this game. Because Ace Attorney, though, rotary mode, every time I've gotten these kinds of questions, I've gotten like wrong every time, other than the 3rd one, which has been annoying, really. But unless the answer is obvious, but so swinging motion would not work. Rotary motion, I guess that also wouldn't work. What about bungee action? No. Nope, it was rotary. Oh god, that's the way of putting it, but yeah. Did you think about the weight of the statue at all? It's all gold. No, I'm not gonna. Well, okay. If I had that kind of wire from a crossbow, the arrow would come sailing back at the person who shot it. Talk about dangerous. Just go right smack him in the face. I just wanted to. Okay, so that was wrong, but I really don't want to deal with a low health bar later on. I'm sorry. Rotary motion. I believe it was done via rotary motion. If the two statues were transported simultaneously, stop me. Simultaneously? Get real. The statues will collide somewhere along the way. Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices? If you shot an arrow at the two ends of the wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed. Lang Z says, don't object and call success what is beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires, the top one was sagged too much to the point where the statues collide anyway. Agent Lang, as you know, the Parameter statue is a one-of-a-kind natural treasure, and the fact that Babal's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. Lang Z says, how? That is what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in two different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired. How did that not show the arrow though in the picture? I guess it was too small. Carrying the other end of the wire down to Babal, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock. QD. Okay. Ha! Yeah! Just whipped by Francisco. This proves it, right, Agent Lang? I am not the killer. Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor. Proof is in the pudding, as it were. Pudding is a nice dessert. So, do you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir. I agree that as long as there's no proof, my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence. One more. This should be interesting. I think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact. Well then, let's see, Mr. Prosecutor. The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe that is right here in this very room. I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. Oh, would it be the fan? Because if the fan was moving, then that would work, right?
Take that!
Ha! Looks like he dropped another bomb on us again. The last piece of the trick are 2 pulleys. Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. Ah, got it. Okay, so like the fan's spinning around, so that would cause the wires to move as well. And thanks to the fact that there was one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fan's made for the perfect pulley set for a wire to run on. Got the pursuit music back. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security. You really have something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage show is, don't you? The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show. He used to be someone who had the foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both the Olive Bastion and Bobbly's offices, and that the Passion Flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case. Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for this fool, Brood. Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say what it is, why don't you present something like you always do? A single point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident, gravely implying who it is. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. There was a piece of evidence that will point us to who the mysterious mastermind is. Oh shoot. Wait. Oh god, what's the implication? Oh, would it be the trump card? Would it? I don't know. Let's find out.
Take that!
Nope. Not the trump card. I'll save here for later. I'm not doing so good. I'm not doing so good in the health department. I'm sure we have the piece of evidence that shows who that is, just to present it. So we know it's he's implied as the ambassador, and I also believe it's that. I'm just trying to figure out what piece of evidence connects that. Someone has knowledge of. Would it be the knife? That'd be interesting, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. Sure, why not? We'll use the passion flowers.
Take that!
It works. This smuggling could not have been possible without the use of the crossbow. I'm gonna save here as well, because again, I have low health. Until an investigation gives me health back, I don't want to risk it. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had time to grow so big that Miss Von Korma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. Yeah. Top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person had very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So, as you may have already guessed, the person I'm accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus, it can only be you, Carcass Alba. What? Are you serious right now? Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth? I'm certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor, what was the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand you need to doubt me. However, there's one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
One single end result I sought to obtain. This is gonna be something I have to guess. I can tell.
I don't want to risk any more health until we get towards the end.
If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence. Wait, what are we examining? Can't be the trump card. No, can't. Would be the knife? Probably. Would it? Probably.
Take that!
Nope, not the knife. Weather shot.
Wasn't it, though?
Examine the focus of this complex trick. Oh, wait, so examine the focus. So it all evolves around the arrows, don't it? So if we examine the arrows...
Take that! Not so fast!
All evidence related to this case, so fine, don't. Okay, so not the knife or the arrows, but it tended to be a central part of the trick. Well, we examine this in more detail.
Take that!
Statue, of course. I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation been the reverse. However, to go for the trouble swapping the real Primrose statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primrose himself? I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission. Oh, so this is when. Okay, so I have to examine both the sword and the shield. A shield, huh? There doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it.
I bet it's supposed to mean that the guy's protecting something.
I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it.
In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look at some other areas.
With a sword drawn like that, there is an aura of valor and bravery around King Primado.
He looks so cool, standing like that with the sword stuck in the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose, like with a shuriken or something.
I'm seriously beginning to think that her real goal in life is to become a ninja.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, there isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right?
No, not really. Suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now. What? If I just examine the sword... Wait. I just examined the sword and the shield of this Primrose statue. What do you mean I don't get the achievement?
No!
Am I missing something? Is there anything ahead is well... These Mr. Kojin's fingerprints. The fact that they're both on here suggests that this statue once belonged to the ball.
So it was smuggled from a ball to Alabas, huh? Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in?
Okay, I guess we'll check the helmet then. That's the only thing that's left.
Yeah, this guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike.
Wait, maybe because they look alike that he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador. Suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of his neck. Looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right.
Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret. Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in this construction. What?
Hurry up and over there, Miles. All right, here goes. Oh, wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out? Oh, I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Does something change now by examining the shield? Probably not. Fine. I guess I'll get the achievement some other time. I was hoping to get the achievement at this point, but nope, too late. What the? Is this? I guess I had to get it while I was while I was investigating the office earlier in the case. Hey, is this what I think it is? It's a plate for making counterfeit bills. Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. We finally hold in our hands one of the counterfeit money plates, and the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alibos to begin with. All right, that's our proof. The parameter statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat, and the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object which to hide the contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damas II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue of Damas II and... Oh! Then, in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba? You're the leader of the smuggling ring? My country is a mess! And it's all because of you? You're the one who killed Damas II! Answer us! Is this it? Oh, I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there is one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was... Mr. Cochin. Hold it right there, quit screwing around! I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. There's one thing I'm sure of, is that you are the real ring leader, Kirkus Alba. It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang. Subjectivity? My conclusion is that is anything but. It is a result of logic and investigation. Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Miss Von Karma. I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you? Yeah. You kind of went over as when he reveals his ruse, isn't it? Because he only did that just to give us another chance, did he? Oh, it looks like you still don't get why I came back. Yep. It was a trick. Excuse me? You see, the reason I came back is so that I could stick my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. I do not feel comfortable sharing that information. From the very beginning, my real target has been you. What? Agent Lang, I demand an explanation. Sorry, sis, I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. Indeed. I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant's room of Ambassador Alba seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get in to take another look around. Awesome. That's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisco of the murder. Using Francisco as the bait, you were able to gain his entry and investigative rights. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given the okay to poke around. So that's what this all was about. Very well, I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth. Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. I thank you. You know, I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow we were able to find some proof by investigating. Yeah. Yes, I can confirm I live in the U.S. That's all I'm gonna say on that matter. I'm asking this real. That you will be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brand of logic.
The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's as it should be in a prosecutor detective team, right?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scary wannabe, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, wish you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser. If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is something more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence. Ugh. I tell you, I knew nothing. Really. I didn't even know that I counted. What?
I don't know what that means now. Does it mean like short films or something? I assume short films, but I don't really watch short. But I don't really watch short films. That's the only thing I can think of when it comes to 10-minute movies. That's about it. Anyways,
I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside the statue.
absorb the real statue that vests in your country, the authority to rule for a fake.
Doesn't make any sense that he didn't know anything. Doesn't make sense. Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
Sense, Edgeworth. We must make it make sense. He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation around against us. Proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. It's another thing I can use to break this case wide open. Huh? The trump card and the videotape. With those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, the protective law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. Needless to say, we've come as a commandant to achieve nothing but victory, and by any means necessary. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the Yorograsu. That seems to go with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law? What is justice? If what path is a prosecutor is supposed to follow? That choice. It's one I must make by my own hand. Here and now. Oh boy. Just in case I had to reload, in case I make the wrong choice. I don't. Oh god, this is quite the choice. This is like Rise in the Ashes. We have to like choose whether you want to present that thing now or not. If I gotta say, you please stop talking about this. Between these two, what do you think? Use the trump card. What if I don't use the trump card? I'm a prosecutor. Can't allow myself to use evidence such as these.
Mr. Edgeworth, we don't do something like that. Alba's gonna get away with it.
Yeah, I know, but
What are you holding back for? The only thing a VOD comic should pursue is the perfect proof. If you really do.
right now the stream is just for fun. I don't exactly have go or anything. Philly would be nice, but nah, this stream is just for fun right now.
There's absolutely no reason not to use it.
Lang Z says the reason people judge people is because people are people. People weren't born to be chained to the laws. Laws are born to protect the people. You're the only one here right now who could put this guy out of the pasture. And that's the only way a second or third generation of Zangfrost police will be born. Can you really still hesitate knowing the fate of a nation rests in your hands? There was no limit to the law. The limit that exists was set there by a man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. You don't. I know about the affiliate system. You don't have to tell me about that. What reason were laws invented? The answer to that is why I must now show. That's Alba? Okay, so it redirects you to the trump card. Okay. One of you might recognize this.
Oh, I wonder what that card is. Never seen that before in my life.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin. Sorry, I just really want to try to get for this case tonight, because I know what I'm about to get into now at this part of the case. I know, based on it's a long case, it's gonna take a bit.
Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yotagarasu.
The Yotagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense. Let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that a card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
Video! This contains the security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident.
KG8 incident?
The card in the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Very interesting. I must admit, I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you presented.
No, thank you. Like, I'm not interested in that. Sorry, it's just I know you mean well, but I'm just not interested in that. I'm sorry. The prey the Yotagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. Can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me. Oh, we're back here. Okay. 1:34 a.m.
So what is this interesting thing you wanted to show me?
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind the bad's words be realized. Detective Gumshoe!
Yes, sir!
Basically, here's security footage shot just before the KG-8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directives card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order. The knife, I assume?
Take that!
Oh no. I'm down. I'm down a health bar. That's not good. Oh wait, I should have hit the card itself. What am I thinking? It's unrelated. Special display. You mean like a profile banner? I'm working on that, but I haven't really gotten there yet. Because, like, how close do you use relay orders? Would it be the knife? I guess I present the card itself.
Take that!
Okay. As you can see, Mr. Cushion is holding the card in his right hand. I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. For that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now? But there is a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this. Historic red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders of this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. For a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building is an official Cadopian government car. But what? Gumshoe, could you please magnify the footage? Area footage directly links the smuggling ring with Cadopia.
Take that!
Shape of this pocket and director's card in it tells us that without a doubt this person in this car is Mr. Cochin. Like, you mean any reason I don't have a professional display? Did you mean like a profile ban? I don't entirely know what you mean by professional display. The license plate in the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day, 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Oh. Oh, here we go. Well, he just regressed about 10 years. You've done well. Oh yeah, I do have a profile picture. That's what I have. I don't have a profile banner though. Honestly, I never really thought to use a banner at all. I'll probably work on making a banner at some point, but that's not really. That's not really something I'm focusing on. You've done well. Wait, which voice should I do? Well, I guess I'll use the same voice. You've done well, boy, to make it this far. However, but you claim that I was riding the car at the time. That's gonna be mighty difficult to prove. How so? The Principality of Cadopia no longer exists, so naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist. Ugh, that arrogance. What he really means is that he's already erased all traces of them. Are you finished, yo boy? The only weapon I have left with me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him. Would he be that medal he's showing now? To us now?
Take that!
Yep. But what the? Ambassador Alba! Yes, what is it? You were once an army man in the servants of Cadopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in successes, correct? Yes, I drew the profile picture myself. Why is the sun in backhanded praises, boy? Although to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Godopia. But now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal. In that case, the only person it could be who's sitting in the car is you. How do you figure that? By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest. This is how it will be, but I won't look back. For this is the path that I have chosen. Oh boy. You moved me with devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking impossible, isn't it? For the lot of you to have come this far. It looks like I might lose our little game this time. You might lose the game this time? You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador. Is that a fact? Very well. I've decided to confess and admit my guilt. You're going to confess? And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result. What the? Regarding the Damas II murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense. Damas II attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him. What a pathetic performance. I'm not giving you one. Wow, you really know how to laugh at the inappropriate times. If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? But if that's what you require, I'll provide it. The man left a mark on me when he attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that wasn't self-defense. Ooh. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should. But the master didn't have a single weapon on his body. Oh, that was Francisca. Hold on, it's nothing to get worked up over, because I hid the weapon. You hid it? I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even as in self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, as seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, and my special bonsai trimming shears. Ugh, it's covered in blood. He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. Well, that's when I grabbed the shears that was sitting on my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense. Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth? Since he has both a wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. No way! Which reminds me, I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge of what was going on. Stop spewing nonsense! You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you. The murder of the Master II was done in self-defense. In my trials, no man escapes this crime alive. Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there was one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten. And what is that? Yeah, that's what you mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. This embassy system was effectively Elbastan soil, so any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts. Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this? Agents investigate, that's our job. The judgment people who have confessed the crime, that's the court's job. Ugh. And I've already confessed to all my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective, even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand trial in one of your courts. That arrogance in your expression. That's nothing like the face of someone who is ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. These crimes you all speak so seriously of. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabas has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game. These two layers of protection that extraterritoriality provides him. This is why he's one of those who cannot be brought to court. You see it now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers. He's gonna kick us out. It's nothing we can do. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. No, thank you. You do not need to do that. I appreciate the offer, though. Okay, let's continue. I think this is the last part now. We'll find out. It's now 2:11. It's getting pretty late, get your guys. I can't believe it, sir. Extraterritoriality. Yes, there's nothing we can really do about that. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice. I don't. I can't believe that even though we know he's the boss, we can't lay a finger on him. I know. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sorry to skip out on you, but I've got some business to take care of. Oh, there he goes. If we can't even give an evil guy like him a slap on the wrist, then what the heck were laws created for? What good are they? If the law can't help us,
and I'll go with the other garage and take care of this myself. Don't you dare!
Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry, that was a bit too harsh.
I know how you feel, sir. We're trying to take on Ambassador after all.
Yeah, and he did tell us earlier to get out of the theater.
This is kind of their country, I guess. I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job.
What am I going to do? Shall we retreat for now and formulate a better plan of attack? Oh, we called to hold it. Come on, everyone. We can't give up yet. Okay. I want you to think about something for a sec. We've never let up for even a second. As long as we don't stop investigating, we might find the rotten treasure hidden here.
She's right.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, Kay.
Very well. Let's reopen the investigation and see what we find.
Come on, Kay.
Right behind you.
Okay, now I'll go check out the ball a bit more, sir.
And I have something I need to investigate further now, bust. Now then, before I gather any more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping. Passion Flowers data erased from my organizer, so that's gone. Pastor Alpha seemed agitated over something. I wonder why. There are two special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extraterritorial rights. If something happens on non-Bastion soil, we are unable to legally prosecute him. Cool. Sounds like the embassies are the perfect place to steal whatever you want. And murder Damas II, run a smuggling operation, and make counterfeit bills, apparently. When I thought the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Coach and Babal. Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do it. But it's the same story over there anyway. Babal also has extraterritorial rights, which brings me to my next point: the ambassador's extraterritorial rights. Those rights are effective even in our own country. Really? No matter what happens, he can never be tried in our courts. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongs he may commit, we can't bring him to trial here. So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we? You might stand a chance we can somehow nullify either one of his special rights. Okay, so now we investigate in this area, huh? I guess I'll start with this. This was taken just before the two ambassadors gave their bouquets to the Steel Samurai. Wait, it's just my imagination. Or is this something in this picture that I've seen before? I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah, it was this thing, was it? Appears to be a bouquet of Persian cyclamers and roses. Wow, you even know the exact species? I never would have figured you were an expert on flowers. Never. It's all because of those flowers that old lady sends me every month. Just look at me. I sound like some sort of botanist. So, what exactly is this yellow flower here? That one. I'm not sure. What? You don't know? As far as I can recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. But it feels as though I've seen this shape somewhere before. Then I can deduce it was a knife, because it looks like it was a knife when I looked earlier. Oh wait, what? So the passion flowers and stuff is gone. We still have the hair sticks though. That's interesting. The wires. The wire is still here. Anyways, the ball's natural symbol is the butterfly, and Alabas is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide a tree in a forest trick. What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle of this knife? Ugh. Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be on the blade that killed Mr. Cochin. The weapon that killed him was carried through the Theatrum Neutralis. The very barricade as Albo is carrying. And just like that, it's evidence. The flower motif. It looks like one of these flower petals is missing. Ooh, and take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal. And the knife is most definitely the same as this murder weapon. Yeah, I wonder where that went. that'll probably come up later. So I think I've done what was important here. So yeah, let's check that was what I needed to do. Can I go into the theater? I can't. Can't go that way.
So, what else can I check around here while I have the time? I guess we'll try this. Flowers were sent by a variety of people and businesses to celebrate the Goodwill event. Even the Steel Samurai received some flowers from the ambassadors.
There's so many bouquets here. It's like a wedding ceremony.
I believe the flowers for those are for a slightly different reason.
What do you mean? This event was supposed to be like a wedding between Alabasta and Babal, right?
Actually, I believe they're more in a state of divorce.
Okay then, this event was supposed to be their remarriage ceremony.
I suppose you could call it that. The backdrop they used in the Steel Samurai stage show today.
I love the climax of that show. Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! That was the first time I'd seen that special move. But, well, the Jam and Ninja stage show's climax was much better, of course.
Oh, is that a fact?
Seeing what he sang for Princess Missola and gave her those hair sticks, I could totally feel the love there in my heart.
Perhaps the Jam and Ninja is just more popular with female audiences.
Can't check that out. Wait, or can I?
Guess not. These files were sent by Global Studios.
Global Studios?
That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They've been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio's being remodeled.
Oh, I read about that in my papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too. Right, what's his name again?
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, that was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Never underestimate Powers' recollection. Which in this case is the powers of Turnabout Samurai. Anyways.
Hello, and welcome to the Embassy Babal.
I'm sorry, but I don't really need to enter your country at this time.
Right now, for limited time here at the Babalese Embassy, we're offering a very special experience, the terrifying Fire's Batch store.
So how about it? Shall I sign you up? We're fine, thanks. We have an investigation to run. They're already trying to give a tour of the wreck.
On the orders of Alb, no one's allowed to Alabast.
Yeah, but I thought a lady with a whip just passed through here not too long ago.
She's vulnerable, has proper paperwork. So while I was blocked in, I had to let her in.
Sounds like Francisco, alright.
Besides, if I didn't, that whip of hers.
Yep, definitely Francisca. Anyways, I guess we'll try some logic.
Oh, this has been here the entire time, hasn't it?
Since there is something he doesn't want us to investigate.
Would it be this? Oh no, what have I done? No! No! Eee, give me a moment.
I mean, at the very least, the investigation should reveal my health bar. But I think I've checked everything, so it's logic time. Let's try this.
There we go.
Okay. We know that the counterfeit bills were printed using the embassy's press. But the necessary materials, such as the Babalese ink and paper, must have been hidden in a secure location. What do you think would have happened? The renovation had begun.
Well, he probably had to find a better hiding place and get rid of it all.
Right, so we can assume that the renovation was the cause for the plate and bill disposals. And the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know...
Oh no. Oh no.
who do you think was one of the most to gain? Even the answer's obvious. I don't want to, like, have to restart. Anyways. It's the one person who has been erasing all evidence of the smuggling operation. From both embassies, the co-conspirator who is mopping up, Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba has a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin. That means these should connect, right?
Yep.
The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we may find, and the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said it herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight. If we were to take her words at face value, then the reason for the ambassador's services can only be one thing: He didn't want us to discover the real circumstances on which Mr. Cochin was killed.
You mean Ambassador Alba is the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends.
Maybe they were. What if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship?
Oh, I get it. Wasn't Mr. Cochin really pushing really hard for Mr. Poliano to be ambassador after the reunification?
Yes, and that was the real reason why he wanted to steal Alabast's Primno statue.
So Mr. Cochin hired Ambassador II to go steal it for him. But when Ambassador Alba found out what he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin?
It is definitely a possibility at this point.
Those two really were thinking what no one but themselves. But the question now is, how did he do it? Ambassador Alba was an Alabast. Mr. Cochin's body was governor of a ball, right?
Right, and that is what we must solve next. I believe we now understand why Ambassador Alba was so nervous and agitated. It must have something to do with where Mr. Cochin was killed. A place where the Alabastian ambassador was likely to meet the Bobbleys Mr. Cochin. The place where Mr. Alba happened to have committed the murder is, I guess, here?
Take that!
The only place that makes sense is here, at the Theatral Palace. What? Here? That's not what I was trying. That's not what I thought I was clicking, but it works. So, the Goodwill event was being held here today, correct? The only place that the both of them would have been in is here.
But if that's the case, then everything changes. This theater isn't actually Alabastian land, so that wipes out one of those extraterritorial rights he has.
It makes logical sense, in which case it is a reason for us to investigate further.
So we should check it out?
Let's see. I believe we should check the immigration records for both Alabast and Babal post-haste. Babal's records should be easy to obtain, however the problem will be Alabast. I wonder if they will allow us to see their records despite the order to vacate.
Objection!
Oh, Francesca's back.
I'm already one step ahead of you, Miles Edgeworth.
Francisca.
I have here the security footage from both Alabast and Babal. You would do well to take a look at its contents.
Well, how about that? You move fast.
One commonwealth strives to be perfect in every way.
It's not in my nature to keep on cheating like this. I took the liberty of looking through the Babal investigation reports as well.
From now on, you'll make no excuse to back down or say that we can't solve this case.
Yeah, I'm sorry about earlier.
We won't be beaten, because my close subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he?
Hasn't she patronized me enough already for a lifetime? So this video contains footage from Alabast's immigration screening area.
I really hope there's something in here that we can use.
Well, let's find out.
521. 522. 523.
Which minute's footage should I examine? Can't believe how completely fooled I was by the way he carried himself.
He had me fooled too. According to the files I sent earlier, Ambassador Alba was a Codompian hero. He saved the royal family from danger countless times. So what bothers me is why would a man like that create a smuggling ring? Even with all the authority I have, I still haven't been able to figure out why.
Sounds like the ambassador was a hero who was corrupted by evil. But no matter what happened in the past, we can't let the man he is now escape justice.
This man is the immigration officer who was on duty. He's making the exact same scary face I was making a minute ago. Wait, is it just me or is he blushing? It appears that he gets flustered around the ambassador. I guess the ambassador is well respected inside Alabast too.
You could say that. The guard doesn't appear to be capable of looking at the ambassador.
Also posted this country's tourist spots. Most of gave Waterland. What of Alabastians in general like theme parks at all? The guard who stopped you has been to Gatewater Land a number of times apparently. I guess they don't have theme parks in Alabast, huh? Is that it?
It's the door leading to the Theatral Neutralis.
The more the guy tried to keep me out, the more I want to get in. It's human nature. But I guess I can't complain too much. I did get let inside in the end.
Ugh. At least something seems out of the ordinary with the door.
Huh? I think that was everything.
Let's try footage with Larry's in. Start with this, I guess. This is something about this lump shape strike you as odd.
Huh? Isn't it supposed to be this shape?
No, there is clearly something odd about the bulge. If only we had the push card itself, we could compare and confirm my hunch. There's our evidence. Next, let's check the footage from Babal's security camera. I hope it shows us something good. Philly, there wasn't a single sign of a suspicious person or anything. That right there is the contradiction. Huh? Did I miss something? You didn't miss anything, because there was nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochin entering his own country. But wasn't his body found in a wall? It appears the true face of our final puzzle has finally revealed itself. Give me my health back. Yes. I have more. I can risk more stuff now. Uh-oh. Oh, he's ready. He's come ready. That's an Alba. I thought I asked you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I thought I should let you know that this theater sits on my country's soil. You've had your fun, and I've enjoyed our little game. Interesting that you've achieved a new high score. However, once you recorded a score, that same game can never be replayed again. You understand what I'm saying to you? Your game is done, and it's game over. No.
Objection!
Call the objection. Where do you think you're going at this time of night? After admitting to my crime, I was overcome with regret. So I am heading to the airport now to return home. Of course, you're afraid I can't let you do that. There are still too many issues we need to discuss with you. You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it. Ugh. Oh. Oh, Pollyanna's back. Please, may I have a little bit of your time, Pastor Alba? Pastor Pollyanna? Even just a teeny tiny bit is fine with me. It's all the already strained relationship between our countries is in a precarious situation, you know. Very well. If you insist. We'll play just one more round with them and see what they want. Not that they'll get any farther. Pastor Pollyanna. Mr. Edgeworth, all I wish is for the normalization of relationships between our two countries. But there was one person standing in the way of that dream. I believe in you. You'll do what's right. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Okay, so well, nearly everyone's here. We don't. Miss Gumshoe's still missing. Gumshoe and Lang are still missing right now. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask me about? I do have a flight to catch after all, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question. That's more than enough, because I only have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi about how you couldn't have killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, I see. You seem to have a good hand this time around. This should be fun. This really is the very last chance we have to bring him down. Until even an atom-sized contradiction to slip by. Here we go. The brick wall. This is the guy I was worried about the whole time. Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. On your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Cochin and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was an alibi the whole time. So it's simply not possible for me to have killed him in a ball. That is my alibi. So that is your alibi. That's correct. It's simply not possible for me to have committed a crime of a ball. And let me clear that up. I'd appreciate if you would move out of my way. I said hold it. What is it this time? I told you I only allowed one question. You did. But you still have yet to really answer my one question. What? Until you tell us the truth, I will refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing. Huh. Very well. I'll play with you just a little longer. Miles Edgeworth, as my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors. You're forbidden to lose! Of course. That is something I've understood from the start. That guy's the one who ordered my father killed, isn't he? Yes, I believe so. The goal of the first Yatagarasu was the capture of the smuggling ring's leader. My father, Uncle Bad. The legacy will live on. Through me! So that's why we just gotta catch him, okay? We will. I promise. Now, President Alba, let's have it the truth now, shall we? No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same. Okay, so it's not entirely clear what I need to do. I'm gonna press the statements. Hold it. Being the leader of a smuggler ring while taking on the duties of an ambassadorship. Don't you think that the combination is more than enough to reason for suspicion? And there is the matter of the crossbow arrows and the primary statues. His objection line. All that's nothing more than your flights of fancy. What do you mean by that? By the local scenario, Mr. Coach and I were fellow smugglers.
Hold it.
It's not a hypothesis. It only reproved it to be what happened. Well, let's leave it. Well, let's leave that to one side. Well, let's leave that to one side for now. Because it doesn't change the fact that I have no motive. Oh? So really had no reason to kill Mr. Cochin. If you want to suppose I had one, then why not? I'll indulge you. After all, this is nothing more than a silly game to me. Even that's how you see things. I appreciate if you would take me seriously. I'm sorry. Suppose you are in a bit of a pickle. Very well. Game is no fun if the playing field isn't level. Therefore, I formally claim that I had no motive to kill. Let's say you disprove it. How can he stand there looking proud when he knows he killed another human being? I'm not going to stand by just watching him get away with his crimes. Alright, so there's the extra statement. Press. Are you serious that just because you were partners that you had no motive to kill? I'm only following your hypothetical scenario, so there's logical conclusion. Looks like it's not going to admit it himself that he's in league with Mr. Cochin. Suppose not, but I do know his relation to the smuggling ring and to Mr. Cochin. I mean, he's the ringleader, and that Mr. Cochin was his subordinate, right? Correct, but I know more than just that. Mr. Comrade, I'm sure you remember the safe in Mr. Cochin's office, correct? Yes. The safe had 2 compartments on it to it, didn't it? Yes, and why do you think those stolen goods were being stored in Mr. Cochin's safe? Could it be because he was trying to cheat Master Alba behind his back? So Mr. Cochin didn't turn the goods over, but decided to instead keep them for himself. I suppose that's possible. Seems to me that both men were only concerned with their own wealth and well-being. And that means that maybe they didn't have a trusting relationship after all. Ambassador Alba had to gain. I believe that is his motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Why are you people whispering about amongst yourselves over there? No, I'm sorry. I have kept you waiting. Now then, let's continue your testimony. I guess I present something here. Ah, the note.
Objection.
If you want to know, I believe you did have a motive to kill. It was because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. But you had your own reason too. Namely, you wanted to pin the smuggling all on him. Evil begets evil. Because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess. Objection! I don't believe this. You have a bad penchant for telling tall tales, Mr. Prosecutor. If you're not, then I suppose you have some proof to support your argument. I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The context of the note is a request calling for the theft of Alabas's Primino statue. Huh. By killing him and pushing all the guilt for the smuggling onto him, you walk away spotless. I believe you understand what I'm driving at. You had more than a few reasons to kill him. Are you finished with your hypothesizing? Excuse me? Well, suppose I did have a motive. Even so, a motive or a thought alone can't kill. Isn't that right? I didn't expect him to resort to playing the semantics game with me. Because this is where the real battle will begin. Sort of said that. Now then, you excuse me? Wait, what? I told you at the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question. Ugh! Ambassador Alba, if you could please give us just a little bit more of your time. It doesn't matter what kind of man he was. He was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out the real cause of his death. That's something for a ball to figure out. And something to which I have no relation to. Yeah!
How he's even turning down requests from Ambassador Pagliano. I'm very sorry, but it seems now that now even my voice falls on deaf ears. There was no need for you to apologize, Ambassador Pagliano. Ugh. We must find some way to stop him from leaving. It seems there are no further objections. In that case, please allow me to return home. Ugalda, hold it. Oh, huh? Hold it right there. Okay. Hold it right there, Ambassador. Okay. Like I said, Mr. Edgeworth, Neon Curiosity's legacy will live on through me. Just how do you suggest we stop him from leaving? You just leave that to me. Ambassador Alba, do you recognize this? No, why should I recognize that tattered old organizer? Wait. Have I seen that before? That's her father's organizer. That is clearly my father, Burn Faraday, left for us. Did you say Burn Faraday? Mr. Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is the one from the second KG8 incident. The one in which he wrote about the Yonagurasu's key. Yes. The organizer belonged to the prosecutor you killed 7 years ago. Huh. I have no idea what you're talking about. You say it like it was related to me. As I was organizer, you know every detail of every evil thing we did. What I'm using a little girl you are. That's what trickery won't work on me. If you won't believe me, then take a look at this. And where's that toy there? And just give me a few seconds and... This thievery device was used by the Yonagurasu, or rather by my father. 7 years ago, he used this when he snuck into this embassy. What? Sorry to sneeze. These two pieces of evidence that hold the information the Yonagurasu dug up on you. If you go home now, I won't hesitate to send it all to Alabaster right behind you. Little girl, get to that point. I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time. If you win, I'll hand over these two pieces of evidence. Yonagurasu, ever the thorn in my side. Does that organizer really contain any information on his dirty dealings? It's not the case breaking, really. Ah, that was just a bluff. Even if it was, we still can't let all the info about my father and Uncle Bad found go to waste. Plus, just the existence of the thief is troublesome enough for him. Those two pieces weren't the keepsakes of your father. It's okay. I believe in Mr. Edgeworth. He'll come out on top in the end. Okay. When the going gets tough, someone's gotta be there to put the wind back in your sails. After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature. But if you was to lose this too, Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony. How dare you all, devouring a person like me? Ambassador Alba, your testimony, if you please. Alright, but this is the absolute last. That even if you use all the power of Ambassador Pagliano's office, you won't stop me. Can't let this opportunity K has created for me go to waste. Number 2! That's you. The last time I remember Mr. Cochran was here at the Theatrum Neutralis. After that, I was in Alabasta the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. In any case, I did not see Mr. Cochran again after that. You see, there was no time span in which I could have killed him. Wouldn't you agree? Now, since you people were practically begging, I'll allow you to question me. What an arrogant old man. Yes, but no matter. We can't allow this chance to escape us. I'll warn you, though. You've reached the end of my patience. Waste my time with any inane questions, and you will be punished. Oh, he's doubled the penalties. Oh no. So any news pressing or presenting her a case. In that case, the only thing you can do is present the correct evidence. Understood? Of course. Don't let him okay, so he's telling me that pressing is no longer an option. I have to present something. And Mr. Coach was killed before he returned to Babal. In which case, there was only one statement to which I need to present the evidence. The security footage that showed he never returned to Babal.
So, I believe this is security footage. Don't quite know his statement, though. What did he... So you see there's no time span which could have killed him. Would this be the security footage, then? We have 4 pages.
Objection!
Nope.
Objection!
Okay, let me think of. I know. I feel like it's the security footage. Amazing. Diplomats really do know how to craft answers. That don't answer anything. So the only place he met the victim was at this theater. And then when was he killed? I know that Mr. Coach didn't return to the ball alive, which means that the only time he could have been killed is when they were both here. So then that means he was planning to kill Mr. Coach from the start.
Objection!
I think I already tried that. So, we know Mr. Coach never returned to the balls. That's the case.
Objection!
I feel like it has to be the security camera, but I don't know. Let me think this through. So,
Objection!
okay, let me actually think this through now. Hang on. So, I believe it's the security camera footage that I have to present here. But I've already presented this to every statement, didn't I? So, what would it be? So, we're trying to prove that I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. So, security camera footage. Oh, wait a second. So, if you think this is the last night... Let's try this, actually.
Objection!
Ah, okay. Right, because... So, I get it now, because Kochin wasn't there when the picture was taken, it was Poliano and Alba, so that couldn't have been the last time we saw him at all. I'd like you to take a look at this picture. It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? It was to commemorate the restoration of our relations between our nations. Oh, it's commemorative, all right. One that captures the proof I need to show that it was you who committed the murder. Come again. This is a knife that killed Mr. Kochin. Yeah. I see you recognize it. That's what you should. It was you who brought it to this theater. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the Steel Samurai. And that you killed Mr. Kochin here at the theater. Oh no. It's time for me to catch my... You kidding me? We're not through yet. Nope, I'm out of here. Game over, boy. But thank you for the entertainment. Ugh. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will still be the same. I won't be returning to this country ever again. That's right. This man is an ambassador, and he has extraterritorial rights. No matter how hard we chase after him, we won't be able to have him tried in court. That's exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, must bid you farewell. Ugh. Like, the courts. There's no one really a finger on this man. This is really the end. Lang's back. Oh, he's with, and he has Interpol. Agent Lang. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, he's really overtaking the Alabastion side. Get on my way. Plane's scheduled to take off soon. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere. Mr. Alba, I'm through playing games with you people. You can't touch me. If you do, it would spark an international incident, Agent Lang. Sorry, but no, it wouldn't. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, good job holding the fort down here until I got back. So, Mr. Alba, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. Oh, it's gone. What do you mean revoked? Spare me this nonsense. And let me through. Nope, can't do that. Lang Z says, before aiming for the throat, chew the neck shield off first. Interpol headquarters in the Imperial Household of the Kingdom of Albast. Took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it. The Imperial Household? What have you done? You have been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba. What? 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 Effective today. Effective right now. You have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this. The video the Agaraska protected? Can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador. In that case, I thought I'd strip you of that title. You underestimated me, a son of the founder of detainment philosophy Lang Z. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world. It really paid off. It can't be! I don't believe this! My ambassadorship has been revoked! Looks like you're finally coming to grips with your new standing. Ooh, looks like he's turned docile again. He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield. What a shame. I wanted so bad to use my whip on him. Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador. You really think you can still put that on us now? We've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba. Oh, he's going back to this form again. What? No. Oh, we stopped now. But he still tends to fight us. You kidding me? This is what I was worried about. He just doesn't give up. What? I'm no longer an ambassador. You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains you cannot arrest me, buddy. I have a plethora of evidence. I may not know how it all is used yet, but it's gonna be proven one or another. Oh man. I expected less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. Well, the rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Understood.
You're saying that I killed Mr. Coach in a theater, but even if it's true, if there was a knife in my bouquet, I left that bouquet in the theater, so anyone could have taken it out from there and used it, right? Besides, that claim he was killed here itself is odd. After all, wasn't his body discovered in a ball? Really, I carried his body all the way over there. Preposterous. I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ugh. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Because this is no game. This is war. Here we go again. Part 3. I killed Mr. Coach in this theater using a knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Coach's body was discovered in Babal, right? There was no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Babal. Is what he just told us. Look, don't think you've had enough fun with me. You've already stolen an ambassadorship from me. Would you let me surrender too? You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you? As if I care. And Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy and we can finally end everything. I know. I will give him my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness. Yes, just another witness. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy. And get him good. When do they understand that all we can do is present evidence to the testimony? So there's a okay, so I can just present evidence then. This would be the push card, right?
Objection!
Yep. Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look. What is that supposed to be? It's footage from a security camera that captured the state of the immigration area. So I can congratulate you on getting your hands on it? Just letting you know that we're not the only ones watching every movement. Thank you for the warning. If you could please take a good look at this section here. This lump here is on the push cart. Do you know what's causing it? Should I? Because I don't. In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the cloth in the push cart. Can't present a profile. So... then I guess I just... oh, I guess I'd do that then.
Take that!
What is the meaning of this, of showing me that? Is to say the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Coachen's body. You had to steal Summer Wheel's body away from the real crime scene. What a guess. Wonder if you have any real evidence to support it. I admit that for now it's a bit of a hypothesis, however. If you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Gumshoe! Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Yummy? Detective Gumshoe, is this Steel Samurai's pushcart? Yes, sir. Found in the open air stage area. So that's where you went. The detective spirit that Pops let me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go, officer. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case? Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, detective. But something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was an alabast. Recently in the open air stage, did you find this pushcart? I found it just lying there at the edge of the stage, sir. Oh. Well, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, detective. Yes, sir! Do-do-do. And there's your blood. It's blood! This must be Mr. Coachen's blood. Which only goes to prove that Mr. Coachen's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You kill Mr. Coachen at his theater and then place his body inside the pushcart. And then... You forced the steel samurai to unwittingly move the body for you.
Objection.
I forced him to move the body to Alabast? What nonsense. Why would I bother to do such a thing?
Objection.
Who was scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to make a stop in Babal. However, what if you moved the body to Alabast? Because it was your embassy, you could keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. And then you smuggle it out of Alabast. No! If I can show how you move the body from Alabast to Babal, then I win. But you can't. The security between the two countries is incredibly tight. I'll be one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it. And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after you return to Alabast. Here. How's Edgeworth? Have you figured it out? Do you know where the body was moved? To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at the time. But I don't believe I made a mistake in my logic up to this point. Which means there is no question that can't be answered, right? Parameter statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved? Which means that there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit. After I returned from Alabast, I had my picture taken with the steel samurai shaking hands. And just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatag roster appeared. I feel for the national treasures, so I raced back to my office. Is that all? Yes, that's all.
Objection!
Objection. It looks like you left out a few things. Such as the murder of Damas II. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office. Ah, those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again. Ooh, I hate to waste time. Said the guy with the slow moon text box. What? Is not every life precious? Do you really need me to answer that for you?
Objection.
Yes! People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely for society. And you better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction. He's really full of himself, isn't he? Yes, he is. How can he be so confident at a time like this? Don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you like. So he's inviting me to press the statements. Got it.
Hold it.
So why was it only with the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around. The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time, and the doctors recommended that she rest. Wow, so you do have a soft side after all. The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels. Oh, so you tend to strain your back as well, huh? But isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over? You did need to keep up the act no matter what, I suppose. The point of this is not to discuss my back problems. About 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing the speech.
Hold it.
The other girls was just a trick that you had set up. Most amusing joke. How do you suppose I set it up? If you really want to know, I can explain it in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the rose garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yatag-Rossu's shadow. Oh, that is an interesting tale. That has nothing to do with me. You. What's it gonna take me to fess up to anything? Yeah. Very well then. Let's move on to a different question. After the Yatag-Rossu appeared, what was the state of the rose garden? Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then once everything was moved from the side, well...
Hold it.
And what happened after you returned to your office? I don't want to keep on repeating things, however, upon my return I had a stroke of bad luck and bumped into Mask Man. And I don't want to keep on repeating this either. But his name was Damas II. Who guess what he was called? By the time I got to the Prado statue that he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man. Being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue. This one girl is really letting a whip fly now! I think I scared part of the silence while she's doing it. So she must be at the limit of her patience as well. I just imagine she can't believe it. Anyone here, she's just going ham on one of the flowers. Physical attacks are meaningless here. Only evidence will suffice. Ugh. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he's actually the guilty of anything. Are you finished here? Hey, can you not come up with how that body was moved to the ball? Sir! Mr. Edgeworth! Yeah, even after proving so much, is he going to get away with it? No. Ugh. This is the end. Called to hold it. Oh, it appears we made it just in time. It would be great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle. Evil magistrate, it's time for you to pay! It's the Steel Samurai? No, you are mistaken, for I am the Steel Samurai Diary, married man of Neo Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy. These two people I want to see the least. Larry! What are you two doing here? Why you show your gratitude, Edgy? We just wanted to help. Yeesh! I'm gonna get the bad guy single thrust in my samurai. Oh! Go! That's a perfectly appropriate response to these two. Go away! How can you be so mean to us, Edgeworth? All three of us came to lend a hand, and this is how you treat us? Well, isn't this glad? And I see they managed to find the infant. Does that really matter right now? Hey! It's just me, isn't it? I am completely soaked. Huh? Oh yeah, I found him a ball, but he was in the middle of the pool. Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said. Huh? Oh, it appears that we made it. Not that far back. Something about finding the iron infant in a ball. And he found it in a pool. I don't recall there being one in a ball. Oh, that. Well, and I wasn't on the boss the whole time, so I have no idea the iron infant would wound up in a ball. I thought I lost him in the rose garden. But I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh? Wait, what? Larry, you lost the iron infant in the rose garden. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. But I found him in... That's enough, Larry. The iron infant that Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the iron infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries. The key to the route the iron infant took to travel from Alabasta to Babal is... bilateral symmetry. Oh, that's right. M0 is built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Take the gumshoe. Yes, sir. There is a location which we do examine post-haste. It is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Coach's body lies. Does something like that really exist, sir? I mean, this is where we need to examine.
Take that!
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it. It's too late. Doesn't matter what you do. It's all a waste of time. You will stay here with us and wait. Yeah. But I got that pretty quickly. This is Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth is here, sir. There's a reservoir here, just like in the rose garden. Just as I suspected. What is it? The two sides of MC are mirror images of each other, which means that there is also a pool of the corresponding location on the Bobalese side. Mr. Coach's body was moved into a ball through the pool in Alabast. Avoiding the topic with a vague answer like that is becoming a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof if you have any. The iron is positively soaked in water. What do you think that is? Because he was fished out of a pool, and not just any pool, it was the Bobalese one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. The water reservoirs in the two corridors are connected.
Objection!
And where is your proof that the two sides are connected?
Objection!
The proof is right there before your eyes. A half-drowned iron infant. What? This blasted doll? Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back. Wait, hey, don't tell me. You guys figured everything out without me. We did, thanks to this hero of Justice's son. Even if he's just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to pass that fruit of a ball. The guy's a doll, he is small. I can believe it made it, but... Ugh, he has a point. Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. Mr. Edgeworth, are you going to next propose that a dead body can swim through a pipe? You see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man, it's far from over. No. 42.5 hours into this stream. If it goes any further, I'm just gonna have to stop and finish this on Sunday. On Monday, it depends. Why is he helping us out about now? It's not. He realized a flaw in my argument, and it's helping to move the logic along. In which case, I should return the favor and find an answer. And another thing, Mr. Coach's body was found in his office of a ball. So what happened to his body after it was transported to the open air stage? Alba had an accomplice of a ball, remember? You mean, Sheena. Right. With her there, you can see how it was possible to move the body up to the office. Are you seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body? He's right. Miss Sheena would drown when she did that. It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe. It looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is only half-baked. In the end, it's all just the befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now then, I believe you should give up and let me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transforming the body. What? Mr. Prosecutor, recall Sheena's movements. Ugh. What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Sheena was in my ball? Oh, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool. Get rid of the water. Ugh, that's it. I believe this time we really are done, right? No, we are not. Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba. You are a most persistent man. Recently, I've thought of a way to move the body through the water. Move the body through the water? That's completely unrelated to how it was done. Excuse me. The reason I say that is because there wasn't any water there at the time. What do you mean there wasn't any water? That's what it sounds like. Tonight's events made possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved. Oh, because the fires. Wait, tell me the reason the fires were started just so they could do this? Okay. Tonight the autographs set fire to a variety of locations in the Boblaze embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If the water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the water. So what? The water level went down? The reservoirs were connected? Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this. Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even at a game, this comes a critical, game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game. I haven't lost yet. I found the route to use to smuggle the body, and that route will lead to your defeat. Even all the water was used up by the firefighting effort, you still can't really call that a smuggling route. I know that. I should really wouldn't notice. And Mr. Albert, how deep are those pools anyway? You know, those pools are extremely deep. And there are no ladders or footholds along the walls either. It would be difficult for Sheena to hold the body and climb up out of the pool. There was footholds along the walls. There was no need for such things. What do you mean? If one were to use a certain something, they could go up and down the pool at will. Oh, looks like you got an answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already. The one thing that didn't really make sense to be still being the organizer, but we haven't really used it at all. The one thing we have not used yet in this case. We also haven't used this yet, actually, but yeah, that's probably later. Or the pick, but you know, it's definitely the spout since we're on the reservoir. So we're gonna present that now, used so that the body Machino could move up and down the pool.
Take that!
Since Alba used the fountain spouts in a manner of speaking. He used the fountain spouts. How so? The water level in the pools can be controlled by opening and closing the spouts. Machino, the body will lift it upward by the buoyancy in water. The fire will bubbly side and the firefighting effort. These will set in motion over the sake of smuggling Mr. Cochin's body. Shall I show you where the final destination of my train of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spouts in advance, in preparation of things to come. And he took the pushcart that was brought to the Rose Garden, and pushed it along with the Iron Infant and Mr. Cochin's body into the pool. This time, Machino was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Babal. She then made for the open-air stage pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighters used the water in that pool, the water level went down. By the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed. This is when she pushed the pushcart from Alabast into a ball. Once that was done, Mr. Alba simply opened the fountain spouts once more. The water level rose up to his original level, along with Machina and the body. And then Machina used the pushcart to carry the body up to the Secretariat's office. There is an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, even with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Cochin's body. And that represents my thorough explanation of how the body was moved. No! well, excellent Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Those ones will route your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you? I knew you did, Mr. Edgeworth. Way to fight back. You accuse me of moving the body across the country lines. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me. The nitty-gritty? What does the old man want now? Proof. I believe is what he seeks. Yes, proof. For all I knew who was to say whether or not any of what you said really happened. He wants proof? What do you want to do, Mr. Edgeworth? There's no need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to going for the pool's open connecting pipe tonight. Just Detective Gumshoe found the pushcart in the open air stage area. So too did I find one other item there. That piece of evidence is what will prove that the pools were a smuggling route. Okay, so I think this is when the pick comes in, because it was wet in the open air stage. Yep.
Take that!
And what exactly is this? You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found on the bubbly side will be your undoing. Guitar pick? Would you care to explain how that's going to do me in, as it were? Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick. What? This is something I found on the open air stage, which was transported with the body. I naturally assumed that you would recognize it, since you took a photo of it after all. But since you don't, allow me to show you what this fragment of the stage area belongs to.
Take that!
Let's take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. On the handle of this knife, there is a beautifully blooming flower. However, it would appear that is missing a single petal. Now, let us see what happens when we try to fit this pick in that open slot. It's a perfect fit! I assume that the petal must have fallen off the flower during Mr. Cochin's murder. That was accidentally placed into the push part along Mr. Cochin's body.
Objection!
That's an interesting story, nothing more. Or sure is more than just a story. Because for some odd reason, this flower petal was wet when I found it. It was wet, you say? Yes, the only place it could have gone wet from is the open-air stage's pool. Now I ask you, how did a part of the weapon which was smuggled into the theater wind up in the open air stage area on the bubbly side of the embassy. I don't think I need to waste any words explaining this, explain this, as this pedal explains it all for me.
Why did my controller stop working there?
It proves that someone went from the Rose Gardens pool on through the ball. Impossible! The people in Zing 5 have been waiting to see you face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back home we'll be there soon. You should be happy.
Why?
Why? It's a little too late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning. When you took your first life, and how you may plot or how you may try to cover it all up, you can never hide from your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see that justice is served to people like you.
You can't call what you're giving a perfect argument.
You know, I don't think this guy is going to ever admit to his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth, because he values himself above all else. People would be able to negotiate with, and people who refuse to admit that when they've lost. I don't believe those kind of people really exist because everyone breaks eventually.
Right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. Let's do it until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more. This really will be the end of the line. Okay. Let's see. Nope. Okay. No, we're done.
I am not getting to a part 3 right now.
No, thank you. I am done for tonight. I'm done. I will finish this another day. So, thank y'all for coming around. I will see you next time. I don't want to deal with this tonight. I'm not. I thought it was only with 2 parts. Why is there a third? I'm already close to 3 hours in. It's getting close to midnight, so at least midnight, about like an hour. So I will at least want to stop now. I'm ahead. So tomorrow, either tomorrow or Monday, I'll be back to finish off this case, and then I'll review the gallery of everything that was there. So yeah, until then, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.